Getting started with TrackMyClass is a very simple three-step process. Step 1, you select the modules and the features you want. Step 2, you set up the boards and courses and fees for each courses. Step 3, you build your institutions. Um, Click on the account settings. Step 1. So there are various options there. If you want to change the name of the school, you can change that, which will be reflected. There are options are there whether you want to enable the hostel. If you don't want the hostel, you can disable them, or if you don't want the placement functionality, you can disable them, or if you don't want the library, you can disable them. But for the demo purpose, I'm going to keep them all. And you have a couple of messaging option, and I believe the commenting option, whether the student can commenting the student is enabled by default. These are kind of default option. You can keep it as it is, and you can change them later. So also you have an option to some of the enabling disabling certain fields which if you don't want. So right now I'm going to keep the default setting as it is. Step 2, we are going to set up a board and the courses. I'm clicking on the setup board. So the first step is to create the board. In case of school, the schools are associated with any of the boards, and there are some cases there are schools are supporting multiple boards, for example like CBSE and the Cambridge board. But you can repeat this step multiple times to set up the different boards. In this example, so I'm going to set up a CBSE board, and we have two additional options like the CCE, that's a comprehensive continuous evaluation. If you require, you can select that. If you are doing a Cambridge board, then or similar boards where you have a skill-based tracking, if you can enable it if you are setting up the Cambridge board. So you do a CBSE, you select a CCE option, click on the next step. So here we have this is where you set up the course. First you can define the category, course category. For example, like if you are a school, you are offering preschool. So you have under the preschool you have a junior. So click on add new course, so it will add a new course. So you have a junior KG. You can add another course. You can add another category called primary. Grade 1 and grade 2. Grade 3. I think up to grade 5 you comes under the primary section. Just to show you the couple of other options you can do is like you can add a middle or higher secondary, or so you can have a 6th grade 6 till 8, and you can have the higher secondary with the you can have a 10th 9th and 10th, or if you're offering 11th 12th, you can create them as a separate category. For the demo purpose, I'm just going to keep preschool, primary and the middle school. So click on next step. So now the third step is you create the fee for the courses which you are offering. So you click on add new fee. So you can select whether what type of fee type is, whether it's a one-time payment or whether it is the half-yearly payment or monthly payment or quarterly payments. These are kind of initial setup process. You can go back and change them later. So I'm going to say one-time fee is an admission fee. You can override this. You can have a payment category. These all changeable later, so you can go and update them anytime. So it's not that always you need to do them here. So I can say quarterly payment or off yearly payments. So the various categories there, you can also go and change the category using the finance option which is here. So I'm going to add a kind of similar one-time payment for this junior KG. One-time payment. As I said, you need not to fill them all that now. You can always add or update the fees later. So I'm going to skip some of them and going to click on next. So what we have done is we have done the step 1 and we have done the step 2. Now we are going to do the step 3. This is a very important important aspect. So the TrackMyClass allow the institutions to create different type of structures. For example, like I can show you some examples. This is one of the school example which we have. So we have a head office. Within the head office we have a high school, middle school and primary school, and we also offering a Cambridge board. Then we have a common transport, library and sports and activities. So have hostels, we have a boys hostel and girls hostel. So these are this is one of the example structure. Same way we can build your institutions. So the left side what you see is these are the list of components or the elements available to build your campus. So now I'll show you how you can create. Suppose if you want to create preschool as a separate entity and the other schools CBSE as a separate entity. In that case, how you can do is you can click on academic group. So you say preschool. So this will be under the head office, that is the my school. So under the preschool I'm going to have only the junior KG and senior KG is managed separately. Click on them. It's showing all the list of options available. So you can specify whether you want to have one division or sections or multiple divisions. Suppose for example if you have a more number of students, you can split them into kind of two groups, like two sections. I'm going to keep junior KG as 2 and senior KG as 1. These are some of the default options. You can disable them as it is. So you can have a section capacity if it's if you want to specify, and these are some of the options, so you can leave them for now. So next step, it will creating a batch. So you have a section A and B. In the senior KG, since we have put only one section, it is only one section is coming here. There are some of the options where you can override. Right now you can keep it empty. So finally I'm going to create sections. So what it does, we have created a preschool under your school. Now if you want to offer the other courses, the middle school as a separate entity, or the higher the 11th 9th 10th as a separate entity, you can do that. This will help us to create even the campuses. If you are running two different locations, then you can still them to do a two-step. So I'll create another academic group. So in this case we are going to offer the non-preschool courses. So this is a very simple process which will skip other stuff, and it will it will not take you through the batch and section configuration. I'm going to keep them all. So this is the batch configuration. So the batch name and year and the grade 2, and I'm going to keep them single section for now. So you have all the section parameters. If you want to override, you can override them. So finally I'm going to create sections. So now it has created a preschool and primary. Same way, you can also add the transport facility. So if you are offering a transport, click on the transport hub. You can create a transport. So now the transport hub is created, and if you are having a library, you can create a library as well. Now what you see is the complete